What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of High Mythology, the show where we get higher than a honey-starved hare in a tree and tell you guys silly stories from folklore and mythology. Today, we will be bringing you some tales of East Africa with the Hare and the Lion, a story coming out of Tanzania. Getting a little Tanzanian in this motherfucker.
Right on, right on.
Yeah, sitting with us again, we have still Jeff from the Chewed Up and Spit Out podcast. He's jumping on some voices today, so...
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, he will be the sultry voice of the lion in today's story.
I like that sultry.
Sultry.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess without further ado, Kimbo, go ahead and take her away.
Thank you. All right, starts out. One day, Sungura, the hare, was roaming through the woods looking for something to eat, and he saw a beehive up in the trees. He wanted that honey, so he went to go find some help getting it. As he was passing the house of Buku, the rat, Buku invited him inside.
My father has died and left me a shit ton of honey. I'd love to share it with you, Doc.
Buku jumped at the offer of being the total honey whore that he is, and he took off immediately. When they got to the great kabash tree, Sungura pointed out the bee's nest and said,
go on, Doc. Climb on up there.
So taking some cheap dirtweed with them, they climbed up the tree and smoked out the bees.
Okay.
Nice.
Hey, that works.
Came from Mexico. Sorry. It's bricked.
It's a brick.
So, yeah. And then they let the munchies take over them, and they went to town on the honey. I mean, I feel their pain.
Just all high on that dirt weed. I need some honey and a nap.
Yeah, I can see that.
In the midst of their feast, Simba the lion shows up, and looking up, he noticed them in the tree.
Who are you? Who the fuck is up in my tree?
Then Sungura whispered to Buku.
Be cool, man. Be fucking cool. Stash the weed and keep your mouth shut. That old crazy bastard might not notice us.
After a very short while, Simba yelled out again.
Who the hell are you? Speak, goddammit.
This freaked Buku out, and he could no longer handle his high, and he blurted out, "It's only us." And after that, the hare said to him,
Hey, just brick me up in all this leftover dirt weed, Doc, and call out to the lion to keep away. Then you can toss me down, and then you'll see what will happen.
So Buku packed Sungura into the brickweed and called out to the lion. Move out of the way! I'm going to throw down this weed, and then I'll crawl. I'll crawl down. Simba stepped back, and Buku threw down the weed. Simba, being such a Republican and ex-cop, wanted nothing to do with the weed. And Sungura ran away while the lion was looking up. After a minute of waiting, the lion got pissed and yelled up at the rat.
Get the fuck down here, rat.
Realizing that he had made poor life choices, the big rat decided to climb down the tree. And as soon as he was in reach of Simba, Simba reached out and scooped him up.
Who was that punk ass up there with you?
Why? Said Buku. Sungura the hare. Didn't you see him in the brick of weed that I threw down?
That's such a perfect voice. It's just a break. Oh, don't hurt me.
Sorry. Thank you. Without wasting any more time, he gobbled down the rat whole and went after the hare, but he could not find him.
Just ate the poor rat.
3 days later, Sungura called his acquaintance, Kobe, the tortoise.
Well, hey, Kobe, let's go get baked and grub on some honey.
Who's honey?
Don't worry about it, man. I got it from my pops.
Oh, all right. I'm in, said the tortoise eagerly. And away they went. When they arrived at the tree, they climbed up, smoked out the bees, and started to go down on some honey. Just as they were getting into it, Mr. Simba came out and went to look up the tree.
Who are you up there now?
Sungura then whispered to Kobe.
Just be cool, man. Just be cool and stay quiet.
But seeing the lion's anger, he became suspicious. You know what? I will speak. You told me this honey was yours. Am I right to assume it belongs to Simba?
Well, you know what they say about assuming, right? Makes an ass out of you and me.
Shit.
Not having any appreciation for his bad joke, the lion asks again.
Who in the fuck are you up there?
Kobe responds, It's only us. The lion says,
Come down here then.
And the tortoise responded, We're coming.
On our way.
Now Simba had been keeping an eye out for Sungura since the last honey heist, suspecting that he was up there. He thought to himself,
I'm gonna kill that fucking rabbit.
Seeing that they were caught again, Sungura said to Kobe,
Hey, yo, Kobe, prick me up in that weed and chuck me down. I'll wait for you below. He can't hurt you, you know. You're an endangered species.
Shit.
Wait.
Very apropos.
All right, says Kobe. But while he was wrapping the hare, he said to himself, This asshole wants to run away and leave me to take the lion's wrath. Not today, you rascally fuck. So once he bound the hare up, he yelled down to Simba, Sungura, coming down. And then he threw him down. Simba caught the brick and holding it, asked the hare,
Now what shall I do with you?
And the hare replied,
Well, you don't want to eat me, that's for sure. I'd be awfully tough, and I smoke so much ganja you wouldn't piss clean for a year.
Well, what would the best thing to do with you then?
I think you should swing me around by my tail, then knock me on the ground. Then I'll for sure be tender enough to eat.
So the lion took him by the tail and started to swing him around. Just as he was going for the knock. The knock?
The knock on the ground.
The hare broke loose and escaped. Angry, the lion then turned to Kobe.
Kobe, get your ass out of that tree.
After Kobe's slow descent, the lion says,
R.I.P. Kobe.
R.I.P. Kobe, jeez.
Yeah.
Fuck. Your shell looks pretty hard. What can I do to eat that with you?
That's easy, laughed Kobe. Just stick me in the mud and rub your paw on my back, and my shell will disappear. Simba put him in the mud, but before he could start rubbing the tortoise, he had snuck off. And he started rubbing a rock instead. Interesting. He kept rubbing it until his paw started to bleed, and then he realized that he had been fooled and said,
Hare may have done me in today, but now I go hunting till I find him.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, Billy Bob Thornton as the lion.
Oh, shit. I'll take that.
So Simba set out to find and kill the hare once and for all. Every house he stopped at along the way, no one knew where to find him. I want to say it says secretly. The hare had gone into the rabbit's...
It does.
Okay. There's no T in there.
Oh, I left the T out. Secretly. Secretly.
The hare had gone down into Rabbit Protection Agency. and he had moved away and changed his name. It's playing it safe.
Mm-hmm.
Simba, however, was persistent and kept searching until one day someone told him of the hare couple that had recently moved up on top of the hill.
Got them hares on the hill.
Without hesitation, Simba climbed the mountain and found the house. However, no one was home. And this didn't bother the lion, though, and he said to himself,
I'll hide inside, and when Singora and his wife get home, I'll jump out and fuck them up.
That sounds like Red Riding Hood almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of a little bit.
Yeah.
It's an African version. It's nice. He went inside the house and hid in waiting. Pretty soon, Sungura and his wife were on their way home, and the hare noticed the lion's tracks stopping at once. He said to his wife,
Go back, my wife. Simba the lion has come for me.
but she replied, No, I will not go back. I will follow you, my husband. And although he was totally aroused by his wife's comment, interesting, Sungura said,
No, you have friends, remember? Go hang out with your friends. Go drink some mojitos and talk about how you hate your husbands and stuff.
Okay. And she was persuaded and left. Sound like it didn't take much to persuade her. Shit.
Okay, I didn't want to
Tequila.
skip brunch anyway, but...
And so he followed the path up to his house and then realized that the lion was in the house and stepped back cautiously, then yelled out,
How do you do, house? How do you do?
When the lion heard this...
Oh, wait.
What? Oh, sorry.
Strange. Every day I pass this house and greet it. It always says, How do you do back? There must be someone inside today.
Okay. Now, when the lion heard this, he called out.
How do you do?
Singura heard this and then cracked up laughing.
Ah, you fucking idiot! I know you're inside, Simba, you fucking lion motherfucker. Tell me, where have you heard of a talking house before, you fucking goon?
Ah, fuck you. Things get confusing in the world of magic and mythology and shit. Wait till I get my paws on you, fucker.
The hare snickered and then replied,
Oh, I think you'll be the one waiting, cocksucker!
and the hare quickly hopped away with both middle fingers raised. Very nice.
Motherfucker, really? I mean, I couldn't really quite bet on my lion, but...
Yeah, that's a horrible ending.
The lion chased him, but it was of no use. Sungura got away, and eventually the lion got tired of searching and decided to just go home, puff on some of that brickweed, and munch on some honey. And from that day on, Lion was chill, and that's why everybody knows that lions are totally harmless. The end.
Totally harmless.
That's
That
what
last
you get out
part
of
is a
this?
scientific fact. Everyone knows lions are totally cool.
Well, you forgot the Y in totally, but...
Total. They're total harmless.
Total.
They're total harmless. Toad's harmless, bro.
He got kind of fucked over on this whole thing.
He
He's just
did.
like, that was his fucking honey, you know?
Yeah, he did. I kind of felt
no,
bad.
it
like,
was the bees, honey.
Yeah.
Nobody owned that but the bees.
oh wow,
shit.
yeah. Oh, so someone's standing up for bee rights all of a sudden.
I worked at a honey company for a while. I appreciate
The bees have rights too. The bees were cool with it. They got smoked out in the process, like all the time.
And they just came back and made more.
Yeah.
I guess it's better than being wrong.
Yeah. Oh, you son of a bitch.
Two for one.
That, yeah, I totally am with you, though. Like, that's kind of what I took out of the story at the end. Like, I was like, you know, even though I'm playing the hare, I definitely had that where I'm like, that hare totally fucked everyone over and got away with his scot clean. And I'm pretty sure he even left his wife at the end of it. Yeah. You go hang out with your friends, honey. I've just got to do this thing real quick with the lion. What was that big important thing you had to tell me? Nothing. Don't worry about it. Cocksucker! And he was never seen again until sometime in a strip club in Kentucky.
Oh, my.
Yay.
Yeah. He was looking for some honey.
Oh, jeez.
All he could find is cinnamon.
I'm looking for honey. We got cinnamon. We got chanterelle. We got scarlet. We ain't got no honey here, sugar.
Yeah, Shit, when's Tuesday shift?
Yeah, she had to quit working on account of her cesarean. Okay, yeah. Oh, after that, I'm going to actually hit that with a womp. Hit that with a womp.
Definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, our story today, we read it in the book Tales of East Africa, folk tales from Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania, which was illustrated by Familia Kokobo. I'm pronounced that wrong, but yeah, that the important part is to know that the actual story came from the book Tales of Zanzibar by George W. Bateman in 1911. So he was translating this shit way back in the day.
So maybe the inspiration for the Warner Brothers cartoon we all grew up with, maybe?
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure.
I've definitely seen some fucking Bugs Bunny shit.
There was definitely some bugs in there. That was this thing I got to the second I started reading it. I was like, this is goddamn Bugs Bunny. Yeah. I'm surprised the third act didn't have him telling his wife to go back and then putting on her clothes and dressing up like a woman to try to seduce him. And then he hit the lion with an oversized hammer.
There's a lot of Greek stories about that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to point out.
Yeah.
A lot of cross-dressing going on.
The Greeks like to cross-dress. But in their defense, it was like not a big deal.
It's not.
Because the difference is like, it's literally like 7 or 8 inches. Most of the dudes wore skirts anyway. You know what I mean? Skirts were for dudes, dresses were for ladies. So all you need is an extra long skirt, and all of a sudden you're dressing like a lady.
Shortage of costumes, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they had some different name, but they're like battle skirts. That's what all the dudes wore.
Kilts.
Yeah.
Sure, that'll work.
I think it was even pre-kilt. It was just straight. It might have been the OG skirt, and then women took skirt from men.
Kilt gourds.
Yeah. Greeks. All words. But yeah, thank you everybody for listening. This has been a super short. But if you like shorts, then I hope you enjoyed this.
Maybe I think about a kilt.
Yeah, maybe think about a kilt. It's it lets you breathe a little bit more. Wear your battle skirt with pride.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys.
Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Wear your battle skirts with pride. And yeah, we will be back on Thursday with some more stories.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.